Tourism has proved over the years that it has been the creator of jobs, the largest job creator, next only to farm sector, contribution to GDP of the state, as well as we can hold a high in the committee of the other states of India that we, Kerala, can, at least in tourism. Kerala was a late starter. It was never figured as a tourism destination. It was right at the corner of India, and while states laid out the red carpet to attract FDI, foreign direct investment, Kerala too laid out the red carpet. But what people saw was the red flag. That scared away investors. They scared away FDI. Then resignation എഴുതിയിട്ട് പോക്കറ്റിൽ വെച്ചു. ഒരു മാസം എൻ്റെ പോക്കറ്റിൽ തന്നെ ഇരുന്നു. So that was the background. Then finally I came back here and joined him. It was Casino Hotel on William Island. That's one hotel and restaurant. There were three partners, and they all decided to set up this. And my father was taking the lead role for starting a restaurant. WH Recruits had just come back from a grand tour of Europe and fresh with the experience of a casino. So his contribution was, whatever we start, we will call it casino. Okay. That's how it became called Casino Hotel.
സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ആൻഡ് റെസ്പോൺസിബിൾ ടൂറിസം എന്ന ആശയത്തിന് പ്രാധാന്യം നൽകിക്കൊണ്ട് ടൂറിസം മേഖലയ്ക്ക് പുതിയൊരു മാനം സൃഷ്ടിച്ച CGH ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഓഫ് ഹോട്ടൽസ് ആൻഡ് റിസോർട്ട് MDയും CEO-യുമായിരുന്ന മിസ്റ്റർ ജോസ് ഡൊമിനിക് ആണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മോടൊപ്പം MyFin പോയിന്റിൽ ചേരുന്നത്. സർ, സ്വാഗതം.
താങ്ക് യു.
സർ, ഒരു എക്കോണമിയുടെ വളർച്ചയ്ക്ക് ടൂറിസം മേഖലയുടെ കോൺട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ, അതിൻ്റെ പ്രാധാന്യം എത്രത്തോളം ഉണ്ടെന്ന് വിശദീകരിക്കാമോ?
നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ കേരളത്തിൻ്റെ എക്സാമ്പിളായിട്ട് നോക്കിയാൽ the economy of Kerala, dependence on tourism, we will see that this is a sector in which Kerala has proved its success. For example, from the Kerala's geopolitical point of view, its position it has taken, this is a sector which has overcome all the other problems of Kerala and has now succeeded in creating excellence as well as creating a product which is unique and able to find jobs and entrepreneurs and contribute to almost 10 or 11% of Kerala's GDP. That's a significant position tourism has had for Kerala.
സർ, ടൂറിസം മേഖലയിലേക്ക് വന്ന ശേഷം 45 വർഷത്തോളമായി. ഇതിൽ നിന്നും ടൂറിസം മേഖലയിലേക്ക് വന്ന സമയത്തുണ്ടായിരുന്ന കേരള ടൂറിസവും ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ കേരള ടൂറിസവും തമ്മിലുള്ള വ്യത്യാസം എന്താണ്?
ഒരുപാടുണ്ട്. 78 ഞാൻ കേരളത്തിൽ വരുന്നത്, 45 കൊല്ലം മുമ്പ്. ബിഫോർ ദാറ്റ് I was a chartered accountant and came to Kerala. Kerala economy and dependence on tourism was limited. Kerala did not figure in the tourism map of the world or India. അതേ സമയം from that time to now, a sea of change is taking place. Not only as that tourism is now considered to be Kerala's forte. It is the industry and the activity of the state that Kerala has said that we too can. In other sectors such as manufacturing, IT, even agriculture, Kerala has not performed. Its performance has not attracted attention or it has no leadership. But it is in tourism it has succeeded in growing to this stage.
Sir, CGH Group of Hotels and Resort, അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു യാത്ര, സാറിൻ്റെ ഒരു സംരംഭക യാത്ര, അതിനെക്കുറിച്ചൊന്ന് പറയാമോ?
ഞാൻ 1978 വരുമ്പോൾ CGH അല്ല, ഓൾസോ ഇറ്റ് വാസ് കസിനോ ഹോട്ടൽ. ഒരൊറ്റ ഹോട്ടലായിരുന്നു ഐലൻഡിൽ. ഫാദർ തുടങ്ങിയ ഒരു ഹോട്ടൽ. In fact, he was the true pioneer. When he ventured in tourism in 1954, and he took on lease, ഇന്നത്തെ താജ് മലബാർ, അന്നത്തെ മലബാർ ഹോട്ടൽ, he took on lease. അങ്ങനെയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം ടൂറിസത്തിൽ ഇറങ്ങുന്നത്. ആ സമയത്താണ് he started a restaurant called Casino. That restaurant had a hotel, became Casino Hotel. ആ കാലത്ത് tourism was particularly for the Kerala context of left government. Tourism was considered to be luxury, capitalist and bourgeois. ഒരു പ്രാധാന്യമൊന്നും ഒന്നും കൊടുത്തിട്ടില്ല. But tourism has proved over the years that it has been the creator of jobs, the largest job creator next only to farm sector, contribution to GDP of the state, as well as we can hold a heads high in the committee of the other states of India that we, Kerala, can, at least in tourism. ഒരു അങ്ങനെ bourgeois എന്ന് ഞാൻ വാക്ക് ഉപയോഗിക്കുമ്പോൾ it is a communist government or communist ideology which says that capital is luxury, is not the way forward. Farm ആയിരുന്നു. So the priority then was land reforms. Even, in fact, look at the context. Even tractors were objected to going to the farm. Computers were objected to going into the banks. ആ ഒരു സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ, in fact, if you go forward, Kerala left governments created, had big benefits. Its investment in the early years, 1957, the first communist government to have come into a ballot box, in fact the second ever in the globe, was Kerala, through voting. The big investment they made was in land reforms, into education, healthcare, gender equality, and high wages for people. That created what is now called as our rank in human development. That is a factor that the dividend of that is tourism. That all across the state, you can travel anywhere. The people are of their education high, hygiene levels are high. Fairly, poverty is not so obvious. In fact, if you see, an economist like Stein, and even our economic advisor to Kerala, Geeta Gopinath, has said, if I was poor, the land I would like to live in is Kerala. Because the best opportunity, access to opportunity, access to social benefits are best available in Kerala. So that's the context of Kerala's early political background. In that background is when tourism emerged. And I would go further to say that tourism was identified as a great opportunity for development. Not only in Kerala, but across the country, across the world. It's a new industry. Tourism, in fact, tourism has emerged. It's a result of the technology which came out after the World War. The technology of the jet engine. Adinu mumbu, people traveled. You had to be traveling. Only a Maharaja could travel. Access to travel became through the wide-body jets. സാധാരണക്കാർക്ക് ട്രാവൽ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള situation ഉണ്ടായി. At first, Europe to Spain and other countries. In India, it was first Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, the Golden Triangle. Kerala was a late starter. It was never figured as a tourism destination. It was right at the corner of India. And while states laid out the red carpet to attract FDI, foreign direct investment, Kerala too laid out the red carpet. But what people saw was the red flag. That scared away investors. They scared away FDI. And therefore, what happened? Small local entrepreneurs in Kerala did what they could, which is small, in a manner they knew which is local. To their credit and their genius, they made indigenous and small world class. And that's the Kerala achievement. That's the Kerala model. And that, as a result of that, the growth of tourism in Kerala using the Hindi word Bimaru, from a Bimaru status to the highest performing in the country is quite spectacular. In fact, it is miraculous growth it has happened. That's because the new model that is adopted. While Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, or the Golden Triangle was the Indian Maharaja, the turban Maharaja, the forts and palaces, Kerala was modern India, everyday India, and ordinary India. It showed to the world that the modern state can also be attractive for travel and tourism. In fact, that every day can be magic, and so also ordinary can be extraordinary. Was the Kerala model. Of course, we went on to, the startup came in because the small local entrepreneurs sensed an opportunity in tourism and started small ventures. That had to have local acceptability. It was harnessing the asset of the local. It was not foreign capital. It was not foreign know-how. It was local know-how. That was the model that was suddenly newly emerged. Other states, for example, Goa, while Rajasthan went on to the heritage model, Raja, Maharajas, our model, our career. Goa, of course, on a large private FDI investment came to Goa and built those 500-room hotels. Kerala adondum vannilla. In fact, so small local entrepreneurs did what the small enterprises. That made world class is the disruptive innovation Kerala brought about.
സാറിന്റെ ആദ്യ സംരംഭമായിരുന്നത് വില്ലിംഗ്ടൺ ഐലൻഡിലായിരുന്നില്ലേ? ഇന്നത് പുതിയൊരു മുഖത്തിലേക്ക് മാറിയപ്പോൾ പഴയ ആ വില്ലിംഗ്ടൺ ഐലൻഡിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ഓർമ്മകളും അതിന്റെ ഒരു മുഖചിത്രം ഒന്ന് വ്യക്തമാക്കാമോ?
ഫാദറാണ് വില്ലിംഗ്ടൺ ഐലൻഡിൽ പോകാൻ തീരുമാനിച്ചത്. അത് പോകാൻ കാരണം ആ റീസൺ ഇസ് his background. He came from a family of, I would call, feudal farmers, agriculturists. And he studied in Loyola College. 1942, he was a student in Loyola College. And the college authorities had informed the students that no students should take part in political activity. But this was Quit India time. And after third warning, the college dismissed him from. He had discontinued education. Then he went. Of course, his father was a farmer, an agriculture planter. Bought him some land in North Kerala. Develop he attempted there. Then when he came to Cochin, he was trying to find out his own feet, where to go. For a while he went to Chennai with a friend of his. He went into filmmaking also. The film Jnana Sundari was filmed by him and Joseph Talit, his partner. And that made big scene. They made it, of course, to Joseph Talit's enterprise. He was there. Then he came to Cochin. Now on the Wellington Island was owned by Cochin Port. Malabar Hotel was owned by Malabar. And the Spencer and Company is running that hotel. Our lease is over. He was put on tender. But Dominic, my father, went and put in a tender. And it happened that he was the highest tenderer. And the hotel the tender was awarded to him. And he found that in South India's perhaps most famous hotel was suddenly he became under his ownership and management. And he has never been in a hotel before. So his approach was, he asked the people who are running the hotel, continue to run it, be there, do whatever you're doing. That was his introduction to tourism, to hoteliering. But while he was doing that, thought occurred to him, those people who left Spencer and Company and joined him, what will happen to them if after his lease period is over, it's a 10-year lease. Then he thought, I'll start a small restaurant. For Malabar Hotel, 1 kilometer away, land was abundantly available in Wellington Island. 50 cent salam lease and he built a restaurant with he had three other partners. One was, and so all he had acquainted with when he was running Malabar Hotel. One was a Gujarati by the name D.B. Khona. The other was all in the shipping industry. The other was Achudan Pilla. And the third was W.H. De Cruz. There were 3 partners, and they all decided to set up this. And my father was taking the lead role for starting a restaurant. W.H. De Cruz had just come back from a grand tour of Europe and fresh with the experience of a casino. So his contribution was, whatever we start, we will call it casino. That's how it became called Casino Hotel. In 1957, when he started, the restaurant drew a lot of people, but it was continuing to make losses every year after year. Then the other partners, so then he bought them out and raised some capital, and took 1 more acre of land in Wellington Island and built 32 rooms, taking loan from KFC and then selling some agricultural land. So Casino Restaurant became Casino Hotel and Restaurant. That was in 1967. It became hotel and restaurant, and that's why Casino Hotel of the Willing Island
Okay.
and set up there. But as Casino Hotel and Restaurant, Willing Island had an important position for hotel as a hotel. It was for the export market, or exporters came there and stayed there. The tea industry, all the tea head offices were all located in Willing Island. Fort Kochil ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന എല്ലാ ഓഫീസുകളും Willing Island മാറി. So Willing Island was considered to be Kochi's place of business, hotels, export, tea, sterling companies were all there. So, and during that time, the Casino Hotel got a star classification. In fact, during restaurant days, it was at Casino Hotel, the first tandoor was set up in Kerala.
Okay.
That attracted all the naval people from the Indian Navy.
How?
And that was one part of it. So it became a popular hotel and restaurant that from 57 till I would say till 78, when I happened to join him. Why did I join? Which would be the question was, I had initially
സാറിന്റെ പിതാവിൽ നിന്നാണോ സാർ ഈ ഒരു പാതയിലേക്ക് വന്നത്?
I like you say, at first he had a large family. We were 9 children, 6 boys and 3 girls. I was the eldest boy.
സാർ മൂത്തയാളായിരുന്നു.
I was the eldest boy, but 2 sisters elder to me. And then so after my college, I also went to the same college. I went to Lawrence School in Lovedale, went to Loyola College. At that time, I passed out Loyola College 1970. ആ കാലത്ത് എല്ലാവരും ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ ഡോക്ടർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയർ, ബാക്കിയൊന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല. ആൻഡ്
അതെ സാർ, ആ ഒരു 70, 80 ആ ഒരു കാലഘട്ടത്തിലൊക്കെ സാധാരണ ഒരു ഗവൺമെന്റ് ജോലി നേടുക, ഒരു ഡിഗ്രി, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ആയിരുന്നു എല്ലാവരുടെയും ഒരു സക്സസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അതിൽ നിന്നൊക്കെ മാറി സാറ് പുതിയൊരു സംരംഭത്തിലേക്കാണ് സാറ് കയറി ചെല്ലുന്നത്. അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു അനുഭവം അതൊക്കെ എങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു?
ആ ടൈമിലാണ് I went to Loyola and did BCom. അവിടെ നിന്ന് പിന്നെ ചോയ്സസ് ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ MBAക്ക് പോകണം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ CAക്ക് പോകണം. ഞാൻ CAക്ക് പോയി.
സാറിന് ഹോട്ടൽ മാനേജ്മെന്റ് പഠിക്കാൻ ഇഷ്ടമുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ലേ?
ഹോട്ടൽ മാനേജ്മെന്റ്, it so happened that it was not considered as equal to doctor, engineer, CA, lawyer. ആ ഒരു സോഷ്യൽ ഈക്വാലിറ്റി ഇല്ല. My mother used to tell me, പറ്റുവാണെങ്കിൽ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ജോലികൾ പോകണം. So I ended up going for CA, joined Brahmayan company in Bangalore and worked there as a article clerk. And 3 years, after qualifying, then there was a recruitment for chartered accountants in a company called A.F. Ferguson, a company in Mumbai, which is India's biggest, most prestigious CA firm. അത് കാരണമല്ല ഞാൻ ബോംബെ അവിടെ പോയത്. ബിക്കോസ് ഞാൻ ബാംഗ്ലൂർ കഴിഞ്ഞു, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ബോംബെ പോകാനായിട്ടൊരു ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി, ദ സിറ്റി ഓഫ് ബോംബെ. സോ ഐ വെന്റ് ടു മുംബൈ, വർക്ക് ദർ. ആ ടൈമിൽ, ദിസ് ഇസ് ബിഫോർ ഇന്റർനെറ്റ്, ബിഫോർ STD ഫോൺ കോൾ, my father used to tell me, ഞാനിവിടെ ഒറ്റയ്ക്കാണ്, I can't manage all this, a lot of problems. I want you to come and join me. Resign your job. അപ്പോൾ he used to write, how does he tell? Every week he used to write an inland letter to me, resign ചെയ്തോ എന്നാ coming. My wife tells me, our time in 77, that is the emergency. Our time when I got married, my wife tells me that ഞാൻ റെസിഗ്നേഷൻ എഴുതിയിട്ട് പോക്കറ്റിൽ വെച്ചു, അതൊരു മാസം എൻ്റെ പോക്കറ്റിൽ തന്നെ ഇരുന്നു. So that was the background. And then finally I came back here and joined him. It was Casino Hotel on Willing Island. That's one hotel and restaurant.
അതൊരു കേരള ടൂറിസത്തിന്റെ പയനിയർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു പദവിയിലേക്ക് സാറിനെ ഉയർത്താൻ സാധിച്ചില്ലേ?
ആ ടൈമിൽ tourism you must look at it as in a different context. This was city hotel. Market, it was catering to business people who came, exporters and people who came to the plantation. This is a big, after having joined him in 1978, the big opportunity came, big difference came. 1987, Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi went to Lakshadweep
Bangar Island.
and had a holiday in Bangaram Island.
Sir.
That holiday in Bangaram Island, as a result of that, they decided that the island, the hotel he stayed in, called on the island, should be given a private management.
Sir.
Another Lakshadweep administration ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ letters invitation was sent to all the big people, the big hotel chains of India. All the big chains got it. It so happened that the Casino Hotel is only one hotel only. Casino Hotel got a invitation. Reason being, we are located on Villain Island. The port to Lakshadweep is Villain Island. Villain Island. So, an invitation came. I thought to myself at that time, what chance will we have? ഈ giantsന്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് നമുക്ക് ഒരു ചാൻസും ഇല്ല. The big of India, also biggest brands of the world that come for India's first island resort. So, but the hook was, they said, those who spend expression of interest will be flown there by helicopter and flown back. That was a good incentive. I mean, ഏതായാലും you have to pay 1,200 rupees up and down. Fair. They took you in batches. So I also sent expression of interest, and we were flown in a batch. In the batch, we had captains of industry of India. The director general of tourism is there, and the chairman of Cheetah Travels. So we went first night. We spent in the island of Bangara. Hotel അടച്ചു കിടക്കുന്നത് നമ്മൾ മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. But we saw how a pristine, untouched island could be, undeveloped. The quality of that. I experienced that. Next day, we were flown by helicopter to capital island called Kavarati, capital of Lakshadweep. At Government House, the administrator's name is Wajahat Habibullah. And when we were sitting in Government House, Habibullah asked us, they were asked, other people who had sent expressions of interest, gentlemen, now that you've seen the islands, tell us what you plan to do.
Okay.
So naturally, the big boys have to answer first. So they said, to tell you that, we have to first do a detailed techno-economic feasibility study.
Okay.
And give us 2 months to do that. We'll tell you after that. But in the conversation that followed, they dropped names like Waikiki and Honolulu. These are all famous beach resorts of the world. And they dropped numbers like 50 crores and 60 crores they intend to spend. To my mind, even a crore was beyond my imagination. Not possible. Finally, people asked me, Mr. Dominic, tell us what you have not spoken. Tell us what you plan to do. And my answer was, I don't need 2 months. I can tell you now. Okay. Give me 3 months and I'll put the hotel back.
Okay.
Everybody was wondering what this. He has no clue what it means. I said, I can't imagine. My reason was, I said, I can't imagine somebody from far away, London or New York, coming all the way to Bangaram Island to have what they have there. They'll want to experience only what the island has.
Yes.
For that, all I need to do, I'll do what the islander will do.
Okay.
That is their thatched cottages, their way of doing things, and their local food. That is all. That is my intention. My reason to say that is not because I had any better knowledge. I have to give a reason which does not require crores but a few lakhs. But the short of it is they put this into, subsequent to this, into a tender. A global tender was invited. And all the big boys of India tendered for that island resort. We too put in a tender. And based on that tender, there are 2 criteria. Criteria 1, how will the government benefit? Okay. Criteria 2, how will the islanders benefit? On these 2 criteria, we were L1, that is the highest. Number 2 was big brand of India. Okay. Number 2. So, on these 2 counts, finally in October 1988, the award was given to us for operating Bangaram Island Resort. With the condition that in 3 months, so they told us, you only said that you need only 3 months. In 3 months, get it ready. So after all, we are doing what the islander will do, because the islanders help us. We have in sailing vessels from Calicut and Bangalore got materials here. So they at the same time, they put the most severe restrictions on what you can do on the island. No sand can be used. No water. Severe carrying capacity is fixed. Far-reaching regulations are put into this place. So the hotel which you opened on 18th of December 1988, the advertised feature of the hotel was, because we do not want to say, because of restriction we are not giving you any facility. We said that we proudly announced the facilities and offer the absence of telephone, television, newspaper, air conditioning, hot water, room service, multi-cuisine restaurant, swimming pool, all absent, we said. Come here for pristine nature, but with a condition to enjoy nature without spoiling it.
Okay.
And people came not despite, but they came because of these reasons. And it became quite a famous resort. People from all over the world came there to experience the island. And so that's the story of departing from a model of tourism which existed before to a new model. And that resulted in us in 1991.
Okay.
In 1991, what we did after we have set up Bangaram Island Resort, it was very successful. 1991 we set up in Tekadi Spice Village. Spice Village. We did what we did in Tekadi, grass thatched cottages, simple cottages, but without telephone, not telephone because Lakshadweep, without TV and without air conditioning. Tekadi Island air conditioning venda. But Spice Village also was a new model for Kerala, and it became extremely successful, this model. That gave us the formula, not a formula, the idea that putting environment higher than customer, including the community and being local, is a new formula which we thought will help us. And using that idea from Spice Village to Coconut Lagoon to houseboats to Marari Beach and then to Brunton, it followed like that. All of them were winners completely. And it showed that another model, and in fact it catered to customers who are seeking experiences. That's why we call ourselves CGH, Experience Hotels. So when we started Lakshadweep, we want to know how can we price such a hotel which got no to all these things. We found that people are coming from Europe in those years. Frankfurt and Mumbai, they would fly. Stay overnight in Mumbai, the Oberoi Towers. The Oberoi was L2 in our bed also. In 86, Oberoi had built the Oberoi Towers, and that hotel had the highest standard room tariff, which was US dollars 180. $180 per night. Standard room, I'm not talking suite. So we found that people were coming to Lakshadweep, would stay there on the way, then come here to the final destination. We thought if they're paying 180 there on the way, they should have no difficulty paying the same price here. So we also put US dollars 180 for Bangaram Island Resort. Tour operators came and asked us, what the hell, how can you do this? We said, they are paying that price on the way. But you see, that's on the Oberois. And have you seen, they asked us, have you seen the chandeliers and the marble there? What have you got? You only got mud and thatch. By a simple redefinition of luxury to mean not built ostentation, but experience, even mud and thatch became luxury. So people were happy to pay this 180. And between 1988 till 2010, that's the period in which we ran that hotel, the price moved from US dollars 180 to US dollars 550 in 2010. And still, it was completely full up. It's a new model. People came for being without air conditioning, without television, to enjoy nature.
ലക്ഷറിക്ക് പുതിയൊരു മാനമാണ്, അതായത് AC അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഈ പറയുന്ന ലക്ഷറീസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ തന്നെ വേണമെന്നില്ല.
Luxury is experience.
അതെ.
It's a new definition. And luxury is the modern definition of luxury for an evolved customer is one who find luxury when the consumer's interest does not overwhelm the interest of the planet and the interest of the community.
ഏറ്റവും എക്സ്പെൻസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ലക്ഷറി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പ്രകൃതി തന്നെയാണ് എന്നുള്ളൊരു ഓർമ്മപ്പെടുത്തൽ.
The ultimate luxury is pristine nature. അതിനപ്പുറത്തൊന്നുമില്ല. Now you take an example. You go to a hotel where there is no television, there is no phone. It will be extraordinary luxury. But now you're disturbed by all these things. It will be extraordinary luxurious. And what is there if you want to eat food which you get in Paris? You want to eat food, what is your local? Luxury means what the islander will do. In Kerala, Kerala is Thanima. That is our asset. That's our, use that capital, use that resource. നമ്മൾ casino hotel പേരിട്ടു. That became casino group of hotels. That's before internet.
ഓക്കെ
After internet, before internet, tour operators would tell their clients, പേടിക്കണ്ട, അവിടെ casino ഇല്ല. പേടിക്കണ്ട, അവിടെ casino ഇല്ല.
ഓക്കെ
So that was a safety net. But after internet came, the safety net disappeared. Those who did not want a casino will not come to us because the name is casino. Those who wanted a casino, when they came to us, they got disappointed. See, internet or artificial intelligence are only mechanisms for communication. For a person to, once you arrive there, to remove all that, the better it is. Without television, without AI, without internet, he'll enjoy himself. He's come here to experience pristine nature, experience culture and people. And they plan to expand to Kerala. ആ ആർട്ടിക്കിൾ വായിച്ചിട്ട് ദി ജയശ്രീ തമ്പരാട്ടി, ദി ക്വീൻ ഓഫ് കൊല്ലങ്കോട് പാലസ്, Bengunan Rajas, she gave me a call and said, the palace that we are living in, which is falling on our heads, can you people convert into a hotel?